Today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should consider buying this FJ Cruiser. And that's coming from somebody who buys and sells Toyota 4-wheel drive sport utilities for a living. These are 3 of the biggest things that I pay attention to when I'm buying vehicles for the dealership. These are things that I would like to pass on to my customer so that my customer feels good about their purchase. If and when they need to sell it, they've got these 3 things to sell themselves. Before we get into that, guys, make sure you're staying up to date with the channel. You're always going to see cars in the background of my videos that are not on the website, so make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and the notification button to stay up to date on my newest videos, my most current inventory, and the projects that we're working on the background. Make sure you like this video and share it with a friend. It helps the channel, keeps me motivated, and spreads the word about the Toyota product. So the vehicle we're talking about today is a 2008 FJ Cruiser Trail Team Special Edition. This car has just over 203,000 miles on it. And I'm excited to show it off. It does not show the mileage any way, shape, or form. But headline of the video, top 3 reasons why you should consider buying this FJ. Number 1 is the ownership history. This is a 1-owner car. It's been in Anniston, Alabama, which is North Alabama, since new, 0 rust, phenomenal service history, dealer maintained service history, and again has been in Alabama since new. So those 3 things are very important to me. If you're going to have a higher mileage car, you want low ownership, great service history to go with that. It makes it much easier to sell, and I know my customers appreciate that. Number 2 is the overall condition of this specific FJ. You will see here in the video here shortly, this does not look like a 200,000 mile car. This looks more like a 50,000-60,000 mile car. And I'm excited to showcase that. That's a big deal. You know, a lot of people that are price shopping, they want to say, hey, well, I saw this one over here that's X price and yours is maybe a little bit higher. I'm never going to have the cheapest car. I'm always going to have one of the nicest cars on the market with the best history to go with that. So that's very important for me. This car fits that bill. Number 3, and this is a big one for me, maybe this should be higher on the list, you guys tell me in the comments, is overall value. I'm always looking for value in a car. And how can I spread that to somebody else or share that with somebody else is the overall value. And you're talking about, let's consider ownership history, as I just said, overall condition, and you've got a special edition 4-wheel drive Toyota product that's not rusty, that's been in the South since new with good service history, and it's under $20,000. You can't find that very easily anymore these days. It's not easy to find. So the value with this specific car is there. And you know, when you go to sell that, when you go to pass that on, if you do that, you've got these 3 big important details with any car that I feel like should always be considered, you know, when you're purchasing a vehicle. So again, 2008 FJ Cruiser Trail Team Special Edition, just over 200,000 miles, 1-owner car, fantastic service history, and really, really nice condition. And I'm excited to showcase that off. Before we do, let me show you the hardware that comes with it. And not too much to talk about here. We do have 2 remote keys. So that's nice, and these are factory keys. These are not remans or whatever the case may be. Do have the original set of the owner's manual here. You have the original card where the vehicle was bought new in Alabama, so that's pretty cool. Anniston, Alabama right there. It's even got the old Tacoma Tundra and a Camry and an FJ on the card, so that's pretty cool. Do have your quick reference guide in here. If I can get that open, I'm not going to pull it out. You can see that. And then we do have the owner's manual here. You got your little TRD disclaimer. Your vehicle has been equipped with upgraded alloy wheels. Please refer to the driver's door jamb for proper tire size. So, as far as keys and books, 2 keys and books, let's hop out in the warehouse and see what we got. Alright guys, so here we are in the warehouse with the FJ, and we'll start with our monitors. We're going to check our emissions monitors to make sure that this thing is ready to pass emissions in all 50 states. Therefore, if you are buying out of state, you won't have any problems with emissions. Well, we'll kind of walk around and take a look at the lights. But ironically enough, you can see we have another Trail Teams FJ, similar mileage as well. Now, it's not a one-owner car. Doesn't quite have the prominence this one does, but it's still a very nice car. But you'll hear me say in my videos a lot, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bar to stay up to date on the cars that we don't have ready yet. This is a prime example of that. So this car is not on the website. I just bought it. We need to get going on it once we wrap up the current one. But make sure you're staying tuned to the channel. I've always got stuff going on in the background that you're not going to see on the website. But again, let's focus on the one that is ready, and I'm excited to showcase this car because it does not show the mileage, and it's a super nice, clean FJ. So again, 2008 Trail Teams FJ Cruiser, one-owner car, Anniston, Alabama, no rust, really nice car. So the first thing we'll do, we can see that I've got my scanner hooked up to the OBD, and we're going to check the emissions monitors here. And what this is going to do is show us that all of our monitors, you've got 7 green dots, those are all of our monitors, and that all of those are ready to be tested. So this car will pass emissions in all 50 states without any issues. And you can clearly see right here that we don't have any stored data in the computer, meaning if you reset a check engine light without fixing the problem, you're going to see that data right here. So there's none of that stored. There's no issues with this FJ, and it is ready to be tested. So always a good thing. As far as our lights go, 2 sets of lights that are in op. The driver's running light here on the mirror is out, and also these fog lights do not turn on. I've done what I could as far as trying to diagnose why they won't come on. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you why they're not coming on. I've checked fuses, bulbs, they're just not coming on. So that is how the vehicle will be sold. I'm sure some of you can figure that out and get them running. But everything else, our headlights, running lights over here, one little running light on the mirror over there does work. And we will pop around back, make sure that all of our brake lights look good. So driver's side brake light looks great, or running light I should say. Tag lights are both working. Right side light as well is working. So left blinker looking good. Looking good. Right side blinker looking good. And looking good. So let's pull this thing outside and start going over the body. We'll do a quick drive afterwards and wrap the video up. Alright, so here we are with the FJ outside, and it looks totally different out here than it does inside. This is a super clean, I cannot stress the overall condition of this FJ. Obviously, being a one-owner car from Alabama, it's easy to maintain it environmentally. And as long as the owner cared about the car, which clearly we're going to go over that right now and showcase that, this is the outcome you're going to get. This is a super nice car, does not show the mileage. So let's, I've got a race going here against the shade, or the sun I should say, so let's start under the hood. And everything looks really nice. If you've been looking for FJs, or if you're familiar, these things will get very rusty when they've been in adverse environments. Obviously this car has not. Let me show you a couple places that you're going to typically see lots of rust, and that's right down here. There's nothing blocking air and water from getting in here on all the core support and all the thin metal. Everything looks fantastic under here. Especially here on the top side of our apron. As you can see the ground right through the exhaust, so you're gonna get stuff splashing up, salt, things like that if it's been in a rusty area. Nothing to worry about under here. It is super clean. Look how nice the firewall looks. Sounds like an old 4-liter. Same thing back here. Look at our master cylinder. It looks fantastic. These things will rust like crazy. Everything looks awesome under here. Bottom of our hood looks great. All our factory stickers. So nothing to talk about. We do have a right fender sticker. For those of you who don't know, all these panels are going to be VIN stamped on this car, which is going to let us know that all the panels are original on this FJ. So right fender ending in 139, hood ending in 139, driver's side fender ending in 139. So we know everything up here, fenders, hood, all original, which is fantastic. Coming down to this front bumper, we do have some minor scuffing going on here on these winglets or these pads over here. Not anything crazy. There's not any damage or anything going on with the bumper, but it does have just some minor scuffs, as you can see. Again, no denting, no major damage, anything like that. Just minor little scuffs. Obviously, as a 200,000 mile car, you would expect to have. But other than that, up here, everything looks fantastic. Everything under our running lights here, our turn signals look great. The grill looks great. None of our lights are cracked, which they will crack as time goes on. This is really where this car shines. Very minimal paint touch up on this car. There are some spots, but very, very minimal. And I'll try to point them out as I come along, but there's really honestly not much to show. Because the panel here is flat and the grill and the bumper are gonna take most of the road, rocks, things like that are gonna come up. You will see from time to time on certain FJs, lots of rock damage and things like that down here, but as you see, there's just not on this thing. It was clearly really well taken care of, and I know it's white and it's gonna kind of be hard to see, but I will do my best to get you some good reflection shots. There's a good one. Let you know how nice this car is. As far as touch-up goes on the hood, there's really not a lot. I'm trying to walk around. I mean, there's some little baby minor spots here if you really want to nitpick. Where else did I see one? Oh, right here. These are tiny, tiny spots. And that's really all I would really want to point out on the hood. There's just not a lot going on here. Same thing with the fender. All of our plastic trim up here looks great. It's a great shot of the side of the car. Just overall, really, really nice condition. Again, I can't stress enough, this FJ does not show the mileage. You know, I've seen 50, 60,000 mile cars that look better than this car. All right, so the windshield has been replaced, and I replaced it. I had it done. So brand new reveal molding up here, brand new windshield, nothing going on there. All of our A-pillar looks great. We don't have any touch up there. Our rocker pan, or our rail up here is perfect. Let's see if you can see it better going this way. Look how nice the quarter panel looks. Alright, so there's a few little spots here on this driver's door that have been touched up. You can kind of see an indention. These are all very, very minor. Taking a step back, you're really not going to see it. But those are there, and I want to make that be known. But again, coming back, let me start here. Look at all our plastic on the bottom of our rockers. Everything looks fantastic. Our rock rails are in great shape. Moving back to our plastic trim back here, our fenders. Everything looks great. No gouges, nothing going on there. So you do see on this corner here, you do have some minor scuffing going on, but no denting or any major damage or anything like that. Just a really nice clean car here. So left front wheel is in fantastic shape. We don't have anything to talk about. No damage, no curbing, no nothing. It does have a set of BF Goodrich white letters out, very important. All-terrain KOs. These are the original version of the KOs. And there's your tread depth. Car drives great. I actually drove it for a night myself. Left rear wheel, just like the front. No damage, nothing going on. Same KOs in the rear. And there's your tread depth. Coming back here to this rear bumper, other than the spot over here I already showed you, everything else on the rear looks great. This car does have the factory skid plates front and rear, as well as the exhaust. You can see here on the right side bumper, outer bumper, just a few little minor scratches. They're not anything major, but do have an original spare. This is the original spare tire. It's never been on the ground. As you can see, still has all of our writing on it. Pretty cool. But everything else back here looks fantastic. There's no damage, nothing going on that I feel like we need to talk about. So these are where these FJs really, you know, people use these things. They camp out of them, they do whatever they do with them. They tend to get beat up back here. Look how nice all of our plastic looks right here. Same thing with the cargo area. Factory trail teams, rubber all-weather mat. Look how nice the floor is underneath this mat. I mean, it almost looks new. Back of the seats are in relatively good shape, all things considered. Minor scuffing going on, but no gouging or any kind of damage. Same thing with our plastic over here. Headliner's all in great shape. Does have the factory subwoofer with our minor little scratches there. What's funny, you got some some pine straw inside the housing of the subwoofer. I tried to get it out, but you're gonna have to take it apart to get it out. So, and we have our tools in here. You have a tool kit, and I'm not gonna take all it out, and then the jack is right behind it. So yeah, look how nice all that looks. Let me pop up on the roof. I'm going to showcase these door stickers off real quick. VIN stickers. Driver's door ending in 139. Left rear door ending in 139. And the driver's side quarter panel ending in 139. So going back to that, we know all of our panels are original over here, never been replaced. So another spot on FJs that tend to get damaged is the roof. Look how nice the roof looks. We do have our crossbars intact on the factory roof rack, and we don't have any damage or anything going on here with the roof. Everything looks really nice up here. Again, I can't stress, I know I've said it 5 times, but I can't stress enough how nice this car is. 203,000 miles, this looks like a 50, 60,000 mile car. VIN sticker for the tailgate, whatever you want to call it, ending in 139. So going back on that, we've got an original door, original quarter panel, original door, original driver's door, original fender, and we know all the front is good. So let me spin this thing around before we lose all this shade. And we will hit the passenger side real quick. And then we'll take it for a quick drive. Okay, time for the passenger side. There's a good shot of those little minor scuffs I was talking about on this rear side of the bumper. Other than that, all of our plastic that runs down the side of the car looks fantastic. Our rock rail is not damaged and looks great. Same thing with all our trim up here. Just like the driver's side, look how nice the body is on this car. There's no paintwork on this car. It is extremely clean and very nice. This car was really well cared for, and it's pretty evident. Shows much better in person probably than it does on this video. So right rear wheel, just like the other two, fantastic condition, nothing going on. Same set of BFGs, and there's your tread depth. Here is our front wheel. Just like the other three, no issues. And there's your tread depth on your BFG. So as far as touch-up goes, I know we got a few spots right here. You can see right there. And where else did I see? I don't think I saw much else over here either. Yeah, I mean, it's clean. I do know I remember hitting a couple right here on this A-pillar itself. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. Look how nice our rail looks. Really, really nice shape. And there's really not much to talk about on this car. I mean, for under $20,000, four-wheel drive, limited edition Toyota product, I don't know what else you want. So let me hit these stickers real quick. So passenger quarter panel ending in 139. Right rear door ending in 139. And right front door ending in 139. So again, going back to what I've said this whole time, no paintwork on this car. All the panels are original. Super, super nice car. So let's go ahead and start this interior. So let's look at our door panel edges. Everything looks fantastic. You know, all of this is plastic, obviously, door panels, and they tend to get scratched up, scuffed up. Look how nice everything looks. Door pull looks great. None of our paint up here is scratched. Door handles aren't scratched. yeah, super nice. Window does come down, window does come up. This is really where this thing starts to shine. It's amazing how clean it is in here. Look how nice all of our jam and our kick plate, everything is. Side of our seat. These seat covers are water resistant, which is nice. Kind of goes with the theme of the car. Seats are in great shape. Does have the factory all-weather Trail Team mats all the way through the truck. There's the floor underneath it. Looks literally brand new under there. So right rear door panel, just like the front, really nothing going on. Everything looks fantastic. No scuffing, no missing paint, anything like that. Everything looks awesome. Look how nice all of our jams look. Super clean. Look how nice our striker is here. That's a normal rust spot on FJs. But everything looks really, really nice here. Right rear seat. These back seats don't look like they've seen much use at all. Looks fairly new back here. If you want to complain about one thing, something kind of came across this part of the cloth, and you can see there's two little runners that are sticking up, but it's not torn or anything like that. So always a plus. There is under our seat. Looks brand new under there. Trying to get the back of this passenger seat looks brand new. All weather mats. Back of the console is in great shape. All of our headliner looks fantastic. Alright, so let me spin it around and we'll hit the driver's side. We'll take it for a spin. There's your rear park assist going off, which it's going to always do when you put it in reverse. This thing turned without hitting a pole. All right. Again, rear seats don't show really anywhere at all. They really do look as close to new as you can get on one of these. So under the left rear seat, looking great. It's just amazing like how nice all the standard factory floor is. It's not super scuffed up or scratched up, just even from people getting in and out. I mean, it's amazing, really. Door panel on the rear driver's side is just like the other side, a fantastic condition. Again, look how nice all of our kick plates look. Driver's seat's in great shape. If you want to nitpick, there is a little staining going on right here, but God, it's not anything to really worry about, to be honest, in my opinion. Driver's door panel, just like the other side. Not scuffed up, not scratched up, not gouged up. Everything looks great. window does work. Alright, well let's hop in this bad boy. So our console, it's hot in here. Console, we do have our divider intact. But look how nice all this console is. Not scratched up, not gouged up. You can see there's a little wear on the shift knob, but it's because it's that weird aluminum that they put on these, and that's how they get. Four-wheel drive selector. Everything looks awesome up here. Climate control all works as it should. Radio does work. Again, I drove this car. I don't want to get copyrighted by YouTube, but everything works. We don't have any dead pixels going on the radio here, which is pretty common. That's all you get on the FM side. And the satellite module is not intact on this car. You had to buy a separate satellite module for that to work on this car. You do still have your CD player and your auxiliary, which you can plug your auxiliary cord in here and listen to your music. So again, going back to the fog lights, you can see the switch doesn't power up. But our 115 does work, park assist, subwoofers on, A-track all works, hazard lights. Need to set the compass, that's why it's flashing. Steering wheel is in fantastic condition. We don't have any rips, any tearing. Like, look how nice all our silver trim looks here on both sides. The Toyota emblem is kind of, you can see the material starting to come off. That's pretty standard, you're gonna see, but again, very minor. Let's hit our windshield wipers. Do that again. All three do work. I'm not going to spray the windshield. Left turn signal, right turn signal, bright lights, horn. Volume does work from the steering wheel. And we can select different stations from the steering wheel. So all that works as it should. So here's our mirrors. I'm going to move the left mirror out, down, up, and back in. Right side, down, out, up, back in. We do have just our storage compartment up here. It's empty. And I think that's all I got for power options. I'm used to doing Land Cruisers and different vehicles like that have way more to them. So let's throw on a seatbelt. As you see, we don't have any lights on. Obviously, the tire pressure light is on. There's a sensor that's dead, or possibly more than one somewhere. So that light will be on if you purchase this car sight unseen. So do be aware of that. It's pretty standard. Probably the worst option any manufacturer's ever put on a vehicle is tire pressure sensors, monitoring, I should say, in my opinion. So we are going to go down the street real quick, and we're going to be, again, I've driven this car, I drove it home, so I put about 60 miles on it myself. We're going to be listening for any drivetrain noise, any wheel bearing noise. We're going to be looking for any kind of brake rotor shake, tire imbalance, things like that. I know we don't have any of those things to worry about. Again, I've spent some time in this. I have had this FJ at Cherokee County Toyota, where they did an oil change and just a general maintenance inspection. It checked out really well. and I'll point back to the excellent service history that this car has. So again, the previous owner clearly took care of this, and that includes you know, mechanically. All of that information can be seen on the Carfax, and I urge you to check that out. So here we go. Nice and quiet, how you want it to sound. Look how straight the steering wheel is. It's not shaking. No wheel bearing noise. We're going to come up on the brakes here in just a second, so we're going to watch the steering wheel. On the brakes, steering wheel's nice and firm. I'm hands off. No shake at all. Brakes feel great. Yeah, try to get that sun out of here. The sun is kicking it today, boy. So again, my hands are off the steering wheel. You can see that it's not shaking. Having to pull, I gotta crack. And no hands. Everything's really nice here. Balance is perfect. Again, no wheel bearing noise. We'll come on the brakes again here. No shake at all. This is a very, very nice FJ. This would make a great car for a younger person, a high schooler, something like that. This would be a great option, price point wise. And the drivetrain on these cars, just like the Gen 4 4Runners, are indestructible. 500,000 mile drivetrains, easy. No timing belt to worry about, so it's a maintenance-free deal. Which again, for somebody that's younger, that's a big deal. All right, so we will do just a few more things here real quick and wrap this video up. All right, so we are going to We're going to check our door lock actuators. If you know Toyota products, door lock actuators are a weak spot for them. So we will lock the car. There we go. And if we have any failed door lock actuators after locking it, the door will remain unlocked. So we'll just simply pull handles, locked. 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 So we don't have any door lock actuators here, issues here, I should say. One last thing that I forgot to do a second ago that I want to do is open this rear window, which you do simply putting the key in there like that, twisting it, and then the rear window will open like so. Even look how nice the jamb is up in here, so nothing to worry about here. So that'll wrap it up, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this thing will be online here in the next day or so. This is 2008 FJ Cruiser Special Edition Trail Teams Edition. This is a one-owner car. It's been in Alabama since new. Zero rust to talk about. Oh, I got to show the undercarriage off. I definitely forgot to do that. And real quick, if anybody has any interest in the car, you can reach out, Chris at hilsonluxury.com or 678-454-6060. And we will talk to one of you guys soon. But before I leave, let me show off this undercarriage. There's our rear skid plate. Some dummy at some point decided he wanted to spray some spray paint on it, but you can clearly see there's zero rust going on back here. Great shot of the frame. Look how nice and clean everything is. Factory skid plate. CV axle and steering rack all look fantastic. And steering rack and CV axle look fantastic. All right, guys, so we will talk to one of you soon.